Hello friends! Today is another video of Knit with me. If you're new here, my name is Janice and I like knitting, crocheting, and many other crafts. Make sure you check out my Instagram as well, as I also post content there. And if you like my videos, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button. It helps me a lot and I really appreciate it. It's getting cooler during the day, and that's when you know fall is coming and we should start knitting long sleeves. Though for me, I almost wear long sleeves every day throughout the year. And today, we'll be knitting the blouse number 1 by My Favorite Things. I've listed the pattern link down below if you'd like to purchase it as well. The pattern suggested to use 2 strands of knitting for olive pure silk, but the color that I wanted was all out of stock in Toronto, so I chose pure merino instead. I believe that the texture would be a bit different, but I noticed that the gauge were the same for both pure silk and pure merino, so I went ahead and knitted the pure merino. Without further ado, let's begin knitting. To make things easier, I've winded the 2 strands together beforehand, instead of holding 2 balls of yarn and having them being tangled all the time. The pattern says to use a 4mm needle and do a long tail cast on. And make sure all the stitches are tight, because this will affect the neckline. Since we want a nice and smooth neckline, we'll cast on very tightly. After casting on, we will connect the stitches and start knitting in a circular motion with 5mm size needle. I always find that the first row is the hardest to knit. First, you have to make sure that the stitches are in the same direction, nothing is twisted in between, and second, the stitches are so tight. See how I'm struggling to knit a stitch here? So we'll continue to knit the first row onto the 5mm needle. On row 2, we will separate the stitches into a few parts by adding stitch markers in between. Front panel, right sleeve, back panel, and left sleeve. Here I am using the stitch markers I've made. I've posted a short here on YouTube if you're interested. Then we will be working on 9 rows of short rows. In the short rows, we will be adding stitches to shape the shoulders. You'll need to know how to do a make one left and make one right increase for this section. For odd number rows, it is the right side, and we'll be doing knit stitches. And even number rows are the wrong side, and we'll be doing purl stitches. Once this part is done, we should have finished 11 rows. Once the short rows are done, we will continue to knit in a circular motion, which means knit stitches for all rows and there will be no purl stitches. We'll continue to do increases for the sleeves, front and back panels on every odd number rows and knit all stitches on even number rows for 6 rows. Once this part is done, we should have finished row 17. Then we will be working on the yoke and top part of the sleeves. This part we will only increase stitches where the shoulder and sleeves are. We will knit 7 rows for this part. Once this part is done, we should have finished row 24. Then we will increase every other row. Odd number rows doing increases and even number rows doing all knit stitches. Then repeat these 2 rows for 18 times. Once this part is done, we should have finished row 60. Now we will be doing increase on the front and back panels and the sleeves to shape the armholes. On every increase round, we increase by 8 stitches, divided between the sleeves, the front and the back panels. Again, odd number rows being the increased rows, and even number rows will be doing all knit stitches. And repeat these 2 rows for 4 times. Once this part is done, row 68 should be finished. Then we will start moving all the sleeve stitches on 2 separate pieces of scrap yarn and work on the body part. Remove the row counter. The new beginning of the round is right underneath the right sleeve. Knit across the back stitches to the first stitch marker. Remove the stitch marker. Cast on 2 stitches using backward loop method. Then place the following stitches on hold on a piece of scrap yarn. Place the row counter. Knit across the front stitches to the 3rd stitch marker. Remove the stitch marker. Cast on 2 stitches using backward loop method. Place the following stitches on hold on a separate piece of scrap yarn. The stitches we now have on our working needle is the body part. Continue working knit stitches in a circular motion until the body part reaches around 50 centimeters. Once that's done, bind off normally. Then we will work on the sleeves. Transfer the stitches back on the 5mm needles and first pick up one stitch and then knit across the stitches. Then pick up and knit one more stitch. Then place a marker in the middle underneath the armhole to mark the beginning of the round. Work 10 to 12 rounds in stocking stitch. Then continue working on knit stitches in a circular motion and at the same time decrease every 6th round of a total of 5 times. We will do the decreases on 1st, 7th, 13th, 19th, and 25th rows. We will first knit 2 stitches, then knit 2 together. Continue knitting until the last 4 stitches. SSK. And finally, knit 2. Knit stitches until row 30. Then continue knitting in knit stitches until the sleeve is 43 centimeters or when it reaches the length that you like. Then bind off normally. Then repeat the same process for the other sleeve. The tip here is to mark down how many rows you've knitted while knitting the first sleeve, since you want 2 sleeves to have the exact same length. Finally, weave in all the loose ends and block the blouse. And voila, it's done! This blouse is a fairly easy one, and it only took me around 4 days to finish. I hope you all enjoy the very last bit of summer and have a wonderful fall season ahead. And I will see you in my next video. Bye now!